Did you know that you can beat Super Mario Bros. On the NES in under 9 minutes? I remember playing this game for hours as a kid, and it took me forever to actually beat the game. So to do this, you have to utilize both warp zones, and you basically jump as quickly to World 8 as possible, and then you have to complete all of World 8 before you get to face Bowser and save the princess. Stick around and I'll show you exactly how to do it. And while you're at it, go ahead and give us a like and subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. Now for level 1, there's nothing special. You just go ahead and run through the level like you've probably done 1,000 times in the past. While we go through these levels, leave a comment below and let me know how quickly you've beaten Super Mario Bros. 1-2 is where the first warp zone is located, and I'm sure you know where this is also. Probably one of the most well-known secrets in all of video games. But I like to do it a little different than some people. I like to jump up here because I can actually skip the whole level. So you just open up the hole, run and jump up there, and then you can just run across the entire level without any problems. So when you get here to the end, you're just going to jump over, you're going to jump up on one of these bridges, and then go past the regular tunnel so that you get to the warp zone. You go to World 4. Now World 4.1 or 4-1, you have to complete this whole level as usual. There's nothing special here. So you just basically avoid those spikes, and it's easy if you just keep running because you don't get hit. Now in World 4-2 is where you find the second warp zone. And this one's a little trickier to find because if you progress the screen too far, or if you hit the bricks in the wrong order, you can block yourself from getting the vine that allows you to access the warp zone. So you come through here, you take out these 3 Goombas, and then when you get to this first crossing here, you'll notice these bricks up there. You have to hit this coin, knock these 2 bricks out, then drop down, and then you can hit the second brick, which allows you to inch over until you can hit the vine here. And then once you hit the vine, you climb all the way to the top, and you end up finding the second set of warp zones, or warp tunnels. And then you go directly to 8. "8-1 is pretty simple, not much to it, just avoid the enemies and keep moving. The trickiest part can be these holes here, but if you just keep running, you'll run right over top of all of them. You don't even have to worry about falling down. They throw a ton of enemies at you on this level, so you just have to make sure you got the fireball, and if you don't, you can still do it, it just makes it you gotta be a little more cautious. And I want to be clear, this is by no means a speed run. I mean, people can beat this game in like 5 minutes. This is just a normal person running the game as fast as you can without, being an expert at it. Those jumps can be a little tough to time, especially this one here. That one gets me a lot. And then if you just take your time, this is a lot easier than it looks. And now you're on to 8-2, which I actually think this is the hardest level in the entire game. There's so much going on. There's so many things flying at you. There's There's bullets flying at you, there's spikes flying at you, there's tiny gaps that you have to clear. To me, this is the hardest level in the whole game. But if you just take your time through here, you can avoid all of the danger. Sometimes you just gotta be patient and wait. We have another difficult jump here, but if you get onto that second one and then run, you can run across that gap, which gives you enough speed to make the jump. It's tricky though, sometimes it just doesn't work and you fall in the hole. As far as I know, there's nothing you can do about that. So you keep going. This last little bottleneck here with all the enemies, and then you're on to 8-3. Now, to me, 8-3 is not as hard as 8-2 specifically. Again, you just have to be careful. They do put in the hammer bros who are throwing hammers at you, but if you kind of just edge the screen a little bit and send some fireballs in, they're not really a threat. If you don't have fireballs, then it can potentially be much more of a difficult level. Especially once they introduce the two of them at the same time. And then from there, we have another tricky little jump, but again, just take your time, and you'll make it to the final level of the game. So that quick, we're under 7 minutes, and we're already at the final level. This level's a maze, so you could it could take you a minute to beat it, or you could sit here for 3-4 minutes as you go through the wrong pipes. Some of the pipes even send you all the way back to the beginning of the level. So if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to run out of time. In this first section, once you get off of that lava pit, you're going to go down this pipe. In the second section, you want to just carefully avoid all of this. And then when you make this gap here, you're going to have to climb up into that pipe to get to the next section. If you don't, it's just going to keep repeating itself. And so the different sections are going to look familiar and might even be the same, but the pipes that you go down changes. And now you have the fish flying at you, so once you clear that lava pipe and you go down, or that lava pit and you go down, now you're in the swimming world. This is when you know you're close. So there's not much difficulty here, just avoid the flames and the squids. It's easy if you kind of just stay towards the top. You go through the pipe. And then this is where you see the final hammer bro, jump the large gap, and now you're at Bowser. And that's it. So that is how you beat Super Mario Bros. In under 9 minutes. So, like I said, feel free to please leave us a like, subscribe if you're interested, and comment on how fast you can beat this game.